Hey guys, sorry this is a weird angle, but I wanted to be able to catch me washing my hands with the antibacterial soap and exactly how you should be washing your hands. Because we are about to do a manual exchange where I administer my antibiotics for my peritonitis infection. So I'm taking you guys with me. So yeah, let me wash my hands and here we go. You're not gonna see my face for this part. You turn off the faucet with the paper towel. And I've sanitized my phone for this too. I sanitize my phone every time I use it to record my dialysis process. So don't worry, I've got my bases covered. Okay, I'm gonna start getting my supplies set up. I'm just gonna take you through it. I probably won't talk a whole lot. Just bear with me. This process is new to me, so I'm gonna be stumbling around a little bit. But we will get it done, okay? Just gonna adjust here. I'm trying out a new setting where I have my phone horizontal because I can see myself and what's happening in my phone versus using my camera. It doesn't have a selfie camera to be able to see what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So, okay. First, let me clear off my area because we're gonna sanitize it. Got my solution bag heating up on the heating pad to room temperature. I'm gonna put on a glove because we don't want to touch the germicidal bleach wipes with our bare hands. Surface here. The only bad thing about these wipes is it leaves like marks on the table from the bleach solution. So it looks like my table is dirty, but it's not, I promise. It's just from these wipes, they leave a mark. To move this from my machine, I gotta take out this blue part here. Right there. That fell in the trash. Just take it out of the trash. I'm going to get a new glove. gonna sanitize the IV pole. And this thing down here. This is what you call the organizer. Okay, and we'll get the crevices where the tube lays. Get this round part feeling really good. This is where our port extension goes. This is where the new cap goes. That goes on the end of our catheter when we're done. Another quick once over. Get the scale here. Okay, I think we're good to go with sanitizing. All right, so now we are going to gather supplies. All right, so we've got our mask on, our doors are shut, vents are closed, no pets in the room, all that good stuff, no fan on. So we need antibiotic. We need 1 jar. It comes in powdered form. We use the whole jar. And right now I'm on cefepime, 1 gram. 1 bottle of sterile water to mix the antibiotic. We need 3 needles. We need these extra needles because we need to put new sharp needles on the syringes because every time you put the needle into a vial, it dulls the top of the needle point. Alright, and I say 3 because we are also going to put some pepsin in our stuff because I was having some clots and fibrins in there. And follow me. We're going to need a new cap. Eventually, we are going to gauze that goes on top of the vials to soak it in the antiseptic solution. And we need gauze to soak my catheter in. We also need gauze to soak the end of the port on the solution bag where we will inject all the medication in, okay? We've got solution bag warming up. And I think that's it. So I think what I'm going to start with is just mixing the medication and getting that prepped and ready to go. So let me clean my hands. All right. Sorry, trying to think where to start. I'm gonna pop these caps off here. Actually, let me start with putting some Alka-Base on these little guys. All right, this is our heparin. give it a little rub, and we're going to leave it on there for 2 minutes. Same with the Cepapine, give it a rub, leave it on for 2 minutes. And same with the sterile water. Give it 1 rub, leave it on for 2 minutes. All right, let's see if our bag is warm. We're okay. So before we use the bag, we want to look at the actual bag itself. Make sure it's the right strength that we want. Okay. Make sure everything is intact. There's no leaks. The packaging looks okay. All that good stuff. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hang it up here. This is your drain bag. That's just gonna touch the floor, it's dirty. This green part we have to remove. That goes in the trash. I'm gonna go ahead and place this in the organizer. I'll show you that. So that's where it goes. The drain bag just goes on the floor. Now let me get some sanitizer. And we're gonna soak the port, which is this part right here. That's where the medication gets injected up into the bag. So we're not gonna open the gauze all the way. We are going to open it a little bit and kind of separate it like this. Squirt some Alkavase in there, real good. And I put this clamp. We are going to wrap that bad boy. And clamp it on there and soak it for about 2 minutes. Okay, let me wash my hands. All right, let's open our first syringe. All right, so let's see, where's our sterile water? So here's our sterile water. Okay. It's soaked for 2 minutes. Take the cap off. When you are trying to pull fluid out of a syringe or a vial, you have to put air into it. So we're going to pull it back. Okay. Inject your air. And then you're going to pull back. Okay. And when you recap, you don't want to stick it on there because you have the potential to poke yourself. So, I'm going to show you the scoop method we learned in nursing school. Lay the top on there, scoop it up, then cap. All right, so we've got our sterile water. Now, we are going to get our Cepapine. Take that off, and we are going to inject the sterile water into the Cepapine. Okay, so we're going to take our cap off again, stick the needle in. We're going to inject the sterile water. And then you're going to just rotate it to mix it. And it's already created a vacuum seal in there. You're just going to leave the syringe in there so that way we don't have to poke the vial more than once, okay? All right, it looks mixed. So I'm gonna go ahead and release, pull that bad boy upside down, and extract the antibiotic. Okay. All right, cap, scoop method. There we go. We're gonna set this aside. Okay. Now, let me sanitize my hands again. Open another syringe. Turns out we don't need the third one. I don't know why I thought I needed 3, but that's okay. And we are going to get our heparin out. So I'm going to take the cap off. I'm going to pull back for some air. We're getting 2 milliliters of heparin out. I'm going to pull back 2 milliliters of air. Take this off. Stick the needle in. Inject the air. And pull back 2 milliliters. Scoop method again. Use proper method. There we go. Set this aside. All right, wash our hands again. Now we're going to inject the medication. All right, so we're gonna unclamp. I touched the phone, even though I sanitized the phone. All right, so now we're going to add our new needle. So this is our heparin. We just twist it off, and that's gonna go in the sharps container. All right. Just gonna open it like this and attach it while the needle's still in the packaging, and you just twist. Pull the plastic off. All right, same thing with the antibiotic. Take that off. Put it in the sharps container. Open the new needle, just so you can attach it with it still in the packaging. Twist it on, packaging off. Okay. Wash our hands. We'll start with the heparin. Take the cap off. Insert it into the port. Don't poke yourself or outside the bag. And here we go. Okay. There's no safety, so scoop method to recap. There we go. Cap it. Sharps container. All right, now let's do the antibiotic. Uncap. Put it in the port. Don't poke yourself or the bag. And here we go. You see the bubbles? In goes the antibiotic. Okay. Scoop method. Ah, I lost the cap. Perfect. Recap. There we go. We did it. I'm just going to clean up a little bit before I hook up to the machine. These vials are empty. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the sharps container as well. Do is soak my catheter because we're going to hook up now. Let me adjust. All right. So we are going to soak the end of the catheter. And disinfect it. Insert put up another piece to wipe the tubing down when we're ready, just before we hook up. All right, we're going to go ahead and put the new cap into the organizer. This is where the new cap goes. It's trash. Let me see if I can get you guys closer so you can see what's going on. Okay. So now we're just waiting 2 minutes. Okay. So the first thing it's going to do is drain. There's some fluid left in my belly from doing dialysis last night, so it's going to drain that first. And then we will flush the line, and then we will fill, and the whole bag will go inside. And then it'll drain it when I hook up for dialysis later tonight. So. And you know, I try my very best to stick to protocol with hand hygiene and making sure that I'm constantly keeping things clean. I do my best and I try to follow all the rules. Not everybody's perfect and not everybody's going to do it perfect. So, you know, before you come at me with comments about hygiene or whatever, just put yourself in my shoes. Like, not everything is always going to be perfect, but I am very clean. I wash my hands like I'm supposed to. I sanitize every step of the way. I try to make sure I follow all the protocols. So, you know, you can only do your best. So, all right, with that said, it is been about 2 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and stick the extension in there. And we're going to take this and wipe the tubing while it's there. All right, sanitize one more time. All right, check your environment, doors closed, windows closed, no pets in the room, mask on, hand sanitized, no fans on. We're now going to unhook and hook to the bag, okay? Put that on there. All right, so now I'm going to unclamp my catheter and it's going to start to drain. And I will come back once we're done draining, okay? All right, I'm all drained. I'm going to sanitize my hands. We're going to break the cone on the bag, basically break the seal. All right, rotate that around. Now we're going to turn the dial to flush. We're going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to turn to fill, unclamp, and now it's going to fill the whole bag. So yeah, I will check back once we're all done, and I will unhook and we'll be good to go. All right, we are back. The bag is just about empty. I'm gonna go ahead and sanitize. And in just a second, we will unhook. I am super uncomfortable right now. I'm super bloated. All right, we're empty. I'm going to clamp just for a second. All right, unclamp. You have to keep the catheter unclamped when you pin and close. What I mean by pin and close is when I turn the dial, it inserts a pin into the end of my catheter that will go into the new cap that's filled with iodine and keeps it sanitized. All right, pin and close, clamp, doors are shut, check your environment. Let's go ahead and unhook. There's that pin. directly onto the new cap, twist it on, cover that, and we're good to go. And that's our antibiotic administered treatment. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tape this to my stomach, and I'll wrap this up and clean up, and I will post the video later on. So thank you guys so much.